Dart programming lesson. Conditional statement. In this topic, we are talking a conditional statement. What is a conditional statement? Conditional statement is a piece of code that lets your program make a decision. Think of it like a fork in the road. Your program looks at situation, checks if something is true or false, then chooses which path to follow. In a simple English, a condition statement asks a question like, is this a true? And then goes one thing of the answer is yes, and the different thing of the answer is no. For example, imagine you are writing an app that checks if user is old enough to vote. The app needs to ask, is the user's age is 18 or more? Based on the answer, it will show a different message. That decision-making process is done using conditional statement. Why is this topic is important in Dart programming? Almost every real app needs to make a decision. Without the conditional statement, your program could only do exactly the same thing every single time it runs. No matter what data it receives, that it be make apps very limited and not useful at the time. Conditional statements are important because they allow your data program to react differently based on users' input. Check its data before using in it. For example, checking if the value is null or empty. Control what part of the app the user can see or use. Handle error and unexpected situations safely. Building logical for games, forms, calculators, login system, and much more. In short, conditional statements are one of the most fundamental building blocks of programming. You cannot build a real app without them. Where and when do developers use conditional statement? Developers use conditional statement almost everywhere, including login system, Flutter app, forms, gaming, e-commerce app, and API and packaging logics. Basically, any time of your program needs to think and choose between different action, you use a conditional statement. Basic scientists. There are several ways to write conditional statement. Let us look the most common one. First, if statement. If statement it contain of if condition and block of code. Explanation of each. What is if? If that keyword tells that to check this condition. Condition, this is an expression that evaluate either true or false. It must be bool value type. These curly braces. These curly braces, every inside in these curly braces will run in the conditional is true. Identification not required by that. But it is good practice for identity code inside the braces so it is easy to read. Here is full for conditional statement in that. For example, if condition, if else condition, this also helping for to make other thing is true. An else statement. Else if statement lets you check to another condition if that one was false. Else a fallback block that runs only when will a previous condition are false. It has not condition of its own. So that also that has a switch statement. Useful when comparing one variable against many possible values, like switch value, case 1, break, case 2, break, default, and endicott. So that, and that has a shorthand called ternary operating, using for simple one-line condition, and this question mark value is true, this stories and value is false. This separation, this question mark separate condition true result, and this separating for true result from the false result. Step by step explanation. Let us slow walk through examples as if you have never programmed before. Comparing for void main int age is 20. If age is greater than or equal 18, print you are adult. Else print you are a minor. Explanation. Void and main, this is a starting point for every programming that automatically runs for the code inside the main. When program is started, void means this function has no return value. And age int 20, we create a variable named age of type int whole number and given the value of 20. If age is greater than or equal 18, this jar checks age is greater than or equal 18. Since age is 20, this condition is true, printing you are an adult. Because of the condition was true, this line runs and printing texting in the console. Else statement is this block only runs if a condition was false. Since the condition was true, that skip this block completely. This printing you are minor. This line skips for else blocking was not triggered, and close parenthesis closes the main function. So that let us look and copy this to see if this is true or not. Let's go to our VS Code and make file dab. Lesson.dart. So that let us copy for what we are copying already passed. As you see, our function void main, we are in the code int age all number is 20. If age is greater than or 18, printing you are adult, else you are minor. So that let us run and we are expecting this log of code. Let's run it. As you see, we see now you are an adult was printed. How about if we make this for 16? The code that we are expecting is you are a minor. Let us check it again. Okay? No, this is not I think, sorry. This is I mean the 20. Okay, we have to make it 16. Let us see that the print will be you are a minor. As you see, the code is saying you are a minor. That is how it works in the conditional statement. Let us continue for our lesson. What happens when program runs? As you see, the result become you are an adult, and we also see you are minor. Now we are taking for 7 examples that checks if else statement and these conditions. We are starting example 1 that saying checking single number. This example is checking for let's copy it and check it for our VS Code. Let's delete this or make other project to show you after we end the lesson. Okay, we're saying lesson 1.left and bust for our code. As you see, this number is 5 and this is the function that takes all operations in a Dart. This is unnecessary and this is necessary to do in void main. As you see, we have number 5. If number is greater than 0, print this number is positive. We will see this number is positive. If we run now and see this number is positive. Okay, we are seeing now this is example 1. And let's make example 2. or we have say lesson 2 dot that. And let's go for our lesson. Before we go lesson 2, we have to explain what this code is doing. Int number is equal 5 creates an integer variable called number with value 5. If number is greater than 0, checks if number is greater than 0, since 5 is greater than 0 is true. The code the code inside runs print the number is positive, displaying this message because of condition was true, and we are expecting this number is positive. As we see the VS code now, this number is positive. Okay, let's go for our lesson. Example 2. This example 2, we are seeing if else statement. What it does, checks whether a number is even or odd. Let us copy this and pass for our lesson 3 or lesson 2, sorry. Okay, we are seeing whole function that we have a number 7 whole number. If a number is this is called for in Dart programming a symbol called module operator. It runs reminder after division 7 plus 2 is equal 1. And this whole number will tell us the remainder of the number. For example, if we talk by 2 plus 2 divided by 2 is 0, the remainder will be 0. And if number is remainder, it tells us the remainder of the number. We will see in the code. So that the number is 7, 7 divided by 2 is equal 0 or not. If that is equal 0, the number is even, else the number is odd. Okay, let's check. We are expecting for this number is not equal to the 0, so that we are expecting the number is odd. Let's check. Okay, what is the problem of this? And expecting for after that. So what is the problem? As we see, the code is correct now and we get the number is odd. So that we see now the number is odd. Okay. Okay, let's check it. Now, let's talk about what this code is doing. The number, the remainder of 2, the symbol of this percentage is called by module operator. It runs the remainder after division of 7 divided by 2 is equal 1. This equal is the remainder of the of the number. For example, is equal 0, Jack's remainder is equal 0, since 1 is not equal 0 is false. The, the if block is skipped and else block printed the number is odd because the condition was false. The block runs instead so that we see the number is odd. Okay, let's go for example 3. This example is using a multiple condition. We have int score 25. If score is greater than or equal 90, print grade A. Else if score is greater than or equal 75, print grade B. Else if score is greater than or equal 50, print grade C. Else print grade F. For example, we have whole number 75 and we expecting that else if score 70 and score is equal or greater than 75 will be grade B. So that this code will be expected that grade B. Okay, let us take this and to be and make it lesson 3 dot dart and pass for our code. As we see here, we are expecting that grade B will be printed because of 75 or is equal to 75. We have this number. Okay, let us print. So it's wrong. Let's go again. As we see, grade B is printed. If we jump here and say 100, this is example 100. As we see, if we see this, grade A will be printed. Let's look it. You see it now, grade A is printed now. Because of this number is determined whether these prints will be good. So that score is greater than 90 and will be printed grade A. How about if we see 49? Let us say 49. And now printed it as you see grade F. Because if the score is greater than or equal 50 will be printed grade C. And if that is going 49, 35, 10, 2, all these numbers will be printed grade F. This is how it's working for if else condition statement. So let's go to our else planet. If a score is greater than or equal 90, so 75 is not greater than or equal 90. This is false. So that move to the next check. Else if score for else if score for 75, so that 75 is equal 75, not greater than or less than, so that this is true. This block of code that and is stopping for checking further condition. The remaining else if and else block is given because of that already found imagine a condition. So that we will expecting grade B, that is 75 as you see here. Okay, let's go for example 4. Combining condition with logical operator. What it does? Checking if a user can enter club based on age and having ID card. We have age 20. Bool has ID true. If age is greater than or equal 18 or has ID printed, you can enter the club. Else, you cannot enter the club. As you see here, and let us go for this and go to our code and say lesson 4 dot dart. Okay, let us go here. We have a block of code now. Age is 20 and we have a boolean true. If we print this, we will see that 18 is greater than 20, so that this will be printed. You can enter the club. Okay, let us run and look it for if he can enter, so that you can see you can enter the club is printed. How about if we make here for 16 and make this ID false? What will happen? So that, okay, you see in the error now. Okay, make it true for ID because ID is important. Okay, let us run and look it. As you see, you can enter the lab. Okay, 26 is also above 18. We have to say 16. Okay, let's go and say 16. As you see, you cannot enter the club. This else statement is running now. Also, this determines whether I can enter the club or I cannot enter the club. Okay, let us go for example 5. Using ternary operator. What it this does? Shorten if else statement into single line to J if a number is positive or negative. This is called ternary operator. We have a number minus negative 4 and string result number greater than or equal 0 and question mark positive, and this standing for else statement and this standing for an if statement, so that printed result. So number is greater than will be positive and this will be negative. As we see now, let us go be and set lesson 5 dot that. Okay, in this lesson of that, if we now run this will be negative. Okay, let's look it. So that as you see here, we are seeing in negative. Okay, let's make this for positive number. Let's say number 5. This print will be a positive number. Okay, let us run it and now and see it. As we see, we are seeing a positive number. Okay, let us go for let's explain it. The string result number is greater than 0, positive and negative. This is a ternary expression, then an expression that checks a number is greater than 0 since negative 4 is not greater than 0, it's false. It picks the value after the colon, which is a negative. This printing display number stored result so that it will be a negative. Okay, let us go for our example 6 using a switch for multiple values. What it does? Printing a number of weekdays based on a number using a switch statement. Okay, let us go be and call for this lesson 6 dot dart. Okay, let us look now. Okay, we have now a block of code that contain switch, so that we have a switch tree day 3, and switch days it contain case 1, case 2, case 3 and case until case 3. Case 1 contain Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday. So if we say day 3, we need that Wednesday will be here. So let's check and run it now. As we see Wednesday in here now. Switch is contained by comparing for one thing, number 3 for more things. So that if we change this number into 1, it will be printing Monday. Let's check it and see it. As we see, Monday is printing. And so this is how it working by switch. Let us go for our lesson 7. Before we go lesson 7, let us explain for this. Switch day tells that to compare the value for a day against of each case. And case 3 printed Wednesday and practice. Since day x equal 3, since day is equal 3, the case matches Dart printed with state, and then break stops switch for checking any more cases. Default it will be only if none of case margin, so that expected output will be a Wednesday. Okay, let us go for our example 7. Practical logic validation system. What is that? Simulated simple logic checking using a multiple conditions similar to what you might build in really Flutter. For example, string username admin, string password 123, boolean is account is locked false. So for example, if account is locked printed your account is locked, please contact the support. Else if username is equal admin and password is equal 123, this brings logical successful welcome username. And else if username is equal admin and password is not equal 12345, the incorrect, as we see here. Okay, let's copy and look it for this part of code. We have to call lesson 7.dart and bust for our code. So as we see here, this is printing, and if look at f errors, okay, so that login successfully, welcome to admin. How about if we join for this and say by is not, and say this number 6. Okay, this is not number 6 and this is number 6 that we see. Okay, let us run it, and what will be getting? User not found. We printed this else found because of none of these are not in here. How about if we make this number in 6? As we see, we will get for this printed that we are successfully entered for this code. Okay, how about if we are making for this 1 and look it for what will be getting here. The incorrect password, try the game, so that we see 1 is not equal here, and AI of this I'm using is telling me to make it also this is 1 how this would be successfully. But the one we need now is this. Admin is right, but password is not right. Okay, let us stop it. Okay, password is not right. 123. So that this is how it work in conditional statement. Now let us look for some errors that have been common beginner mistakes. Okay, they using single instead of double equal. Okay, I will show you this all file in our GitHub repository that you can read it step by step and make it for all these things, and you will understand mistakes that they make. And there is also practice challenge that is so easy to make it for you, like making for children if age is under 18, teenager if age is between 13 and is 19. Okay, we are concluding for our lesson here, conditional statement. I think you understand a lot of things, and all files you will get in the link description that our GitHub. Download it and practice it. Thank you for the next lesson. Bye bye.